Last night I went through my list of how things went on Leon's engine. And I went through what I consider to be things to worry about. I thought we had a low smoke volume. I thought we had a noisy low speed, poor idle from startup. We had a hot rectifier. We did have to go to the 5 amp motor controller. That's not really a problem. But we got to worry about low speed power loss in the volt regulator to the relay. Smaller 3-volt regulator for relay, because the one we have is huge. A trigger for the chuff sound. Traction tires will be needed. Elongated tender looks like we'll need it. And a wire harness. Those are things like left to do, want to do. And then I was feeling pretty bad, so I thought, well, let's list some of the stuff that is working out. We have DC fields with permanent magnet, and that's working. The MCB at 5 amps is working well. We have 3D printed smoke. We have a smoke heater and controller that's working. We have a 2 and a 4 pulse per rev cam. And we have all-wheel pickup. And we have a tender chassis with all the adapters for the tender parts. So, all right, that's the feel-good stuff. Then I thought, well, let's look at what's my priority. And let's look at what we have here for priority. And I put number 2 was the noise at low speed. There's something wrong with the gear and the drive, and I'll have to take the engine apart to test that. The idle fan speed needs to be reliable. The mini relay and the chuff sound trigger. Yesterday I got a part in the mail that I had ordered some time ago, and I actually kind of forgot about it. And I can show you here. Yeah, I can show you right here what it is. It's sort of a relay, but it's internal. It's a reed switch right up here. Oops, there. Right there is a magnetic switch. And down below it is a coil of wire. So what you do is you take these 2 pins in the middle and you run some juice through them. And every time you run juice through that, this relay is connected. And the beauty is I could order it with or without a diode, which would specify positive or negative current flow. I ordered it with no diode, so that energy in either direction, positive or negative, would cause the relay to trigger. That means if I hook up my brush motors, my brush connectors off the motor to this coil, anytime that motor is turning in either direction, this coil will be magnetic, and the field will pull in the relay regardless of direction. Got it? When this relay is pulled in, if I attach it to 5 volts, I can send it through the other relay that says motor is in motion, go to puff and brake, and then to ground. Now, if I use the same 5 volts that I'm using for the puff and brake, I don't even need this. I don't even need this big board. This big board is gone, and these diodes are gone, and all I need is this chip, this little device. Here, I'll pull it out. I just need this. And these two the middle pins connect to these 2 brush holders. And, I have the wires from earlier today. And when I do that, energy will flow, motor power will flow through that little tiny coil in there, and it doesn't take very much. It's like it's in milliamps that it takes. Okay, so it's a very small amount of energy siphoned off the motor to magnetically close this switch. Then I take this and I tie it into my power coming in from this buck boost board, and I simply use that 5 volts to open and close that relay. So I don't have to worry about this power. The only thing I do have to worry about is at low voltage, will I get enough power to close this? How much energy does it take to close? And I hadn't done that test, but I did do the forward. Yeah, I'll be right up. I did do the forward and back test, and it works in both directions. So what happens, I've got rid of this board. I'm positive I got rid of this board, and I just put this little chip in there, and look at all that room I have now. And what that means is we'll have room for the chuff soundboards. All right, that's big for me. So even though it may not necessarily be on my list, I think the mini relay part is what it was, and it looks like we've got something. Definitely have a test that's proven to work. So the mini relay part on that item, we have hope. Okay, there, checked it. That means also now I can go look for the trigger because I have a place to mount it. It also means I have to look at this idle fan. I think I can put a capacitor in there. And this noise is just take it apart and put it together and get the noise out. Simple matter of mechanical engineering. Okay, that's where I'm at. I got the call. I gotta go. But I did get something done in the 11th hour today after all this menashings, is that a word? But I feel really good. I ordered this part. I forgot what and why it came in. I wasn't sure. I had to look up the specs to remember how it's supposed to work. Why did I want this? And you don't even need a magnet. The magnet, it is a magnet. You magnetize it by giving it a little bit of energy, and then it has a reed inside. So you don't have to locate and position and jiggle and do all that. It's all encapsulated, I think. And we just mount it out here on the end, run those wires up to it, and the other 2 wires back, and we should be fine. I'm trying to print something, and I'm just having a hell of a time with this new material that I have. It's just not working for me at all. I may as well kill this. This is a mess. Stop. Setting. Raise it up. You stop. You go up. Oh, God, what a mess. Well, it's stuck. Oh, no, it didn't. It didn't stick very well at all. Oh, boy. When you get a new part and you try to do something with it, and this happens. This was the first one. This is the second one. Oh, wow, you're getting closer. Oh, God. I think this is going to be maybe a mistake. $40, but it's half the weight of the original plate. So I wanted a lighter bed. These are called a bed slinger because you got to sling the bed. Not great, huh? So there. We're done. I'm done. Get out of here. Talk to you later, gang. Bye.